All right, everybody, welcome to the Volusion training today. And today's training is geared towards those you guys who maybe this is the first time you're using Volusion. Maybe you're logging into your website for the first time and you're not exactly sure what's what. First time using the software, or maybe just first time building a website in general, and you're using Volusion and you need some direction as to how to use the dashboard and log in and do some of the basic features here. So we're going to cover all of that today so that you've got a pretty good idea of how to peruse around the software and use it. Okay. Now, let me say this before we start. It is a very robust piece of software. It can do a lot of really cool stuff. But today I'm going to just introduce to you some of the very basics. All right. Now, if you're seeing this, it's likely that we've already had you talk to our support staff. Their phone number is 877-867-8239, and you'll have called them and set up your Volusion account. And most of our clients in our contract, upon getting in here with us, get hosting for free for the first 2 months. Some of you guys get hosting beyond that, depending on your contract, but everybody at least gets the 2 months for free. Hosting on Volusion usually costs somewhere in the neighborhood of $39.95 a month per month for hosting, and you'll pay for that forever and ever and ever as long as you have a website up and active on the internet. Okay. So that's kind of an ongoing expense, and it may seem like a lot to you right now, but once you're running the business, you shouldn't even feel that. It should be a fairly immaterial expense. Okay. Now, once your Volusion gets set up, whether you're building it or somebody else is building it, at some point you're going to be given a URL. Okay. And on this particular site, if you guys are looking at my screen right now, this URL will probably come from your coach. So check with your coach on this, but I'm just going to circle this right here at the very top. You guys see that? That's it says something like mydfc.hswcg.servertrust/default.asp. That's a temporary URL, and every Volusion site that's first created comes with a temporary URL. Now you might have something called like mycatstore.com, right? But every Volusion site will initially be set up with this temporary URL. They may have already set it up to where it connects to your domain name, mycatsite.com. So check with your coach on that. But what you're going to want to do is you get to this URL, and you're going to notice this is kind of a template site right now. This isn't a real site. It's just got some template information on it, a template banner, and some fake featured products. This is built on the Volusion platform. But every single site like this, you'll go to your domain and you'll find somewhere here in your footer, there's usually a login or a my account section right here. You guys see that? Okay, you're going to want to find that link and you're going to want to click on it. Okay, if you're to log in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this right now, my account, and it's going to take me to a login page here. Now, I realize that you guys are not returning customers. However, when you log in to access the editing tool here in Volusion, you must log in right there. And you have been given some sort of an administrative login. Usually it's just going to be your email address followed by a password that your coach gives you. So be sure to use that. That's going to be set up and set up by the support staff and then given to you from your coach. And if for some reason you can't log in, let me just give you the phone number so you can get that reset. 877-867-8239. That's me writing with my mouse. Impressive, right? That's the support staff right there. 877-867-8239. Contact them, and they are more than happy to reset your login if for some reason you can't get logged into your site. For the sake of this example, though, I am just going to log in. Whoops. We're going to try a login that actually works. Okay, I just logged in. And when you get logged in, you will know you're logged in when it says my account right here. Okay. Welcome to your account, Trevor Ship. Okay. So I know I'm logged in. Now, what you're going to notice when you get logged into your Volusion is a couple of things will start happening. As you move your mouse around the site, sometimes when you move your mouse over a link or whatever, you get, blue boxes that come up that say things like edit, um, or you get these little blue uh, text boxes giving you information or what have you. See, as I'm rolling my mouse around, I'm getting these edit boxes. That's one way I can know that I'm in my Volusion administrative section of my site. See, those edit boxes wouldn't come up otherwise. They're just coming up because I'm in my admin. Now, the big thing you need to look for right off the bat is this right here. I know that's kind of small, but do you guys see what I'm drawing arrows towards? It's a little blue box, and it's kind of in the middle, far right-hand side of the screen, with what looks like a little less than or greater than symbol. Okay, that you click on when you want to start editing. So I'm just going to click on this box, and what you're going to notice is it's going to give you this flyout menu, and ordinarily you may see this right here. It'll say something like Content Builder has been disabled on this page. Now that there's no reason to be alarmed about that. That actually is supposed to come up. The content builder on the Volusion editing tool is only active when I'm sitting on my home page. Okay? If you're not sitting on your home page, for the most part, the content builder will not be available to use, and that's okay. That's the way it's intended. We'll talk more about the content builder another time. So if I go out to the home page here, which now I'm on the home page, and then I click on this blue button, you'll notice that the content builder is enabled, and you'll see some different things that you can add to the home page. But we're not too concerned about any of that right now. We're mostly concerned about getting to our dashboard where we can start editing our website. So no matter whether the content builder is active or not, you're going to look for this right here. Okay, you see that? There's these 3 white dots on top of each other. Okay, I'm going to put my mouse over that, and I'm going to see some options come up. I'm going to see a store ID, which is just a unique Volusion store ID for your site. Nothing you need to do with that. You're going to see a dashboard option, which is the one we're going to click on and use. You're going to see My Volusion, and then you're also going to see Log Out. So in case you want to log out of your administrative account and look at the website as if a customer were looking at it, you could do that. But let me tell you something just right off the bat. The My Volusion here, if I click on that, it's going to take me to a place to log in to what's called your quote-unquote My Volusion. Guys, you don't use this at all. My Volusion is managed by us. And so you don't have a login to this. You're not going to use My Volusion. It's where we handle all of the hosting and sort of some of the other back-end administrative stuff. So My Volusion is run and operated by us, so please don't worry about using it. Okay? What you're going to click on instead is you're going to click on Dashboard here every time. So you go to the dashboard. When I click on that, it takes me into a screen that looks like this. Now, every once in a while, a maintenance message will come up. I'm just going to say mark is red. And your dashboard is going to look likely something like this. Now, you're going to see a bunch of different things. You're going to see a menu up here at the top. Okay? That's where most of your work is going to be done as you go through this menu. You may see like a step-by-step guide. Right here it says the steps below will guide you through the process. 1, learn and set up the basics. 2, design your storefront. 3, organize and stock in your store. Will you just ignore all of this right here, guys? Because we don't have you follow this same curriculum. This is sort of built-in step-by-step stuff from Volusion. I don't want you guys to mess with this. Rather, I'm going to have you follow the directions of your coach, and they'll take you step by step through what you need to do on your Volusion account. Okay. And ordinarily, if you're starting your website for the first time, most of your work is going to start right here under inventory, and then these two options right here, categories and products. So if you wanted to add a category to your site, inventory and then categories is what you'd select. If you want to add products to your site, inventory and products is what you'd select. Ordinarily, I tell my clients to organize their categories first. If you're building a website for yourself, or if somebody's already built it for you and you just need to edit or add more categories, you would start there. So I'll just show you real briefly. It's very easy to do. Inventory and categories. We'll go back to our idea of this being a cat novelty site or something. So under categories here, I'm going to go top right here where it says add menu item. Okay, you guys see my arrow there. I'm just going to click on that. Add menu item, and I'm going to come here and say cat what? Cat food, we'll say, right? That'll be one of our categories. So we put in the category name there, and we're going to come down here and we're going to do show in menu. And in most cases, guys, you want to select nav menu 1. Okay. And then you're going to come down here to advanced info, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go product display. Okay, I know I'm going kind of quick here, but we need to, just so I can get all this in. Product display is right here. Okay, just circled that in red. And you're going to change a few settings under product display. Whoops, I clicked out of it. Let me get back. You're going to change this setting right here. Product display mode is going to be a responsive grid. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just going to tell you that's the way to do it right now. And then you come down here to the bottom where it says show description and show description short, these two, and we're going to select no and no, and we're going to save. And every time you create a category, that's the process that you're going to go through. Now, I've created this category, but if I want to see what it actually looks like on the site, the trick here is come all the way to the far right-hand side of the screen right here. Do you see this little box? I'm going to circle it in red and draw an arrow up to it. You guys see that right there? It's like a little box with an arrow going through it. I'm going to click on that, and you know what's going to happen when I click on this is it's going to open up a new tab, and it's going to take me out to my site as if a customer were looking at it. So at any time when I'm in the Volusion dashboard, if I want to see what, my changes and see what they're actually looking like on the site, maybe that's adding a new category, maybe that's adding a new product, I'm going to click on that little icon at the top right that I showed you, and that will take you back out. Okay. Now, if I want to go back to my Volusion dashboard, that's easy too. The tab should still be open. I should still be able to go back to this tab at the very top of my screen. But I've got this new tab open now showing the changes that I made on the site. And lo and behold, cat food, the category, is up here at the very top of the site. Okay, pretty easy. We've got more detailed trainings on categories, but that's the gist of how to create a category. Here is how to create a product. I go to inventory and then products. Very simple for those of you guys who did some work on eBay. Adding products is very simple, and it's probably easier here on Volusion than it is even on eBay itself. So when I get to inventory and then products, I come here to this button right here, add product. Okay, and then I can click that button, add product, and then it's going to give me a form to fill out here. It's going to want a name, a product code, a price, a weight, the description, categories, options. I can add in an image right here. There's some advanced info for more advanced clients that are adding products. Most of you guys won't do any advanced info right at the onset. What's required though is name, code, price, weight, and that's it. But I would take it one step further and say you need a name, code, price, weight, product description right here. You would need to select a category, and then you would need to load in an image. Now today I'm not going to go all the way through adding a product. We've got other trainings on that, but this is at least where you go to start that process, and certainly you'll be spending a lot of time here. There's another section here called options, and I'm just going to circle this while we're talking. If you want to do options on your products, meaning you've got a ring that's in 5 different sizes in 3 different colors, you can create those options and drop-down menus on the site. That's where you do it right there, the options section. There's another place to get there, but anyway, Volusion is capable of being able to do that. Okay. There's some other stuff here. We'll look at that later. You'll notice these tabs at the top. You've got sort of like an orders tab. So when you get an order on Volusion, you can get an email that will tell you that you got the order, and then all the orders will be processed here under process orders. You've got a customers section, which will take account of all your customers and really all your users. If you were working with a business partner and you both we're going to work on your Volusion site together, you could have two separate accounts if you wanted. The weight of the product, Bernice, going back to adding products, the weight should just come from your supplier. But I will tell you this about weights when adding products. It's an internal measurement, meaning it's not going to be something that shows up on the site for customers. So if I put that this little cat pillow that I'm selling is 1,000 pounds, and I put in 1,000 there, nobody would know that except for me, because it's not going to display on the site. It's a measurement used in case you're going to calculate shipping based on weight. So you would have the weight there. Most of my clients offer free shipping on the site and don't calculate shipping based on weight, which is why you still have to have a placeholder there. So I would encourage you, if nothing else, if you don't know the weight, just put in the number 1 as a placeholder on the weight, and that usually will handle it. There's a marketing section here, which addresses some marketing issues. You will not use all of these things. Let me actually mention something real quick. You're going to see this right here where it says sell on eBay, sell on Amazon. And with some of these menu items, you see a little green upgrade symbol there. That just means that in order to get that option, you have to pay additional money in hosting. Now, all of you guys are paying $40 a month right now. That may increase it to $50 or $65 or $70 a month or more. Those options really are optional. You can have an eBay business and an Amazon business and a website business, but you don't have to manage it through your Volusion store. So I would argue all those upgrades that you might see throughout are totally optional and totally not something that you should even worry about doing. Okay, so anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that. I wouldn't worry about those upgrades. I get that question all the time. Well, why isn't my sell on eBay working? Well, it's an account upgrade. It's more expensive to make that happen on Volusion. And we're not here to nickel and dime you. I just don't think it's worthwhile, so I'm telling you not to do it. Manage your eBay through your eBay. Manage your Amazon through your Amazon. Don't manage it through your Volusion. Okay? Now, there's a section for design where you can choose templates and logos. If the site's already been created for you and you're watching this, looking at a site that the design department's built for you, don't mess with the template. Don't mess with the logos. That's already been done. If you're building it for the first time, you can look at it, or if you're building it from scratch, you can look at it. But ordinarily, you won't mess with those. Okay. You've got a reporting section for sales reporting and different types of statistics. And then you've got a payment section, a tax section, a shipping section, a general company information section. This is all stuff that we're going to work with you to edit so your store is ready to go. So to give you kind of a general idea here, most you guys, when you get your site, right off the bat, you're probably going to start working on adding products and categories. Fill it out. Fill out your categories. Fill out your products. Our goal is usually somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to 150. Get that part done. Once that's done, you're going to work on some of your informational pages, which would include a shipping page, a contact us page, a returns page, and an about us page. And we've got some trainings that'll show you how to do that. Then we're going to work with you guys on making sure your payment processing is working. So underneath settings and payment, we want to make sure that you've got some payment processing attached to your account so that when somebody buys something, payment goes through. We'll make sure the tax is set up, shipping, company information. We'll make sure everything's ready to go. Likely have you run a little test order on your site to make sure that the money's going to the right place, and then you can launch your site. Now, how long does this whole process take? Well, that depends on you. There's two big factors here. One, did you pay to have somebody design your site for you? Okay, if you did, this process is quite a bit quicker. Two, how hard are you actually going to work on your site? How much time are you actually going to put into learning this system and working at it? We've got trainings that can teach you the ins and outs of all of this, but I think it's sort of on you to take the initiative to really make it work, whether it's been designed or not. And I think for a lot of you guys who've never built a site or managed a site, that Volusion is incredibly easy to use. It's the reason why we use this. Before we tested out a whole bunch of different types of e-commerce softwares or software programs, I should say, and Volusion we feel is the best. So that's the one we recommend to our clients. So hopefully this was helpful, guys. This is just kind of a general overview of the Volusion software. Rely on your coach to give you some specific direction as to what you need to get done. Hopefully you can log in there and start poking around and get used to the software yourself, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. Thanks for being here. Hopefully that little tour helped you out.